Welcome to The Business Coach, a show in which you out to help entrepreneurs better at their businesses. My name is Ian Dennis, and tonight on the show we'll be exploring the restaurant business. On the first half of the show, I'll be meeting up with a lady named Tamara who runs a restaurant business in Umoja. I want to find out how her journey has been and what exactly are some of the challenges she faces in her day-to-day business. And after the break, I'll be linking her up to Mr. Rajiv, who runs the Mayura restaurant, to give her tips on how exactly to better her business. So welcome to the show. So Tamara, prior to setting up your own business, you used to have a posh job in the restaurant business. Take me through it. What exactly were you doing before this?
So I was at Big Square for exactly 2 years. I joined Big Square in 2016 and I joined in as a customer service trainer for 1 year, and then they promoted me to an area manager.
So you're growing up the corporate ladder.
Yeah, exactly. So I was in charge of 5 branches. Yeah, and then I decided after 2 years, I just decided to quit.
What made you quit? What point now? Because everything seemed to be working quite well. What made you quit?
It was a lot of pressure. And I used to get sick all the time.
Sick out of what?
Early mornings, coming back home late at night. So I used to get sick every now and then getting a leave, it was
something is a hell in the corporate world.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't easy at all. So at first I decided to quit. When I was quitting, actually, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just tired. I just needed some rest. So I decided to quit.
So what did you get into? Did you set up the...
I didn't set up the restaurant immediately. I went back home, have a talk with my mom. Because I had to go back home.
All the school fees, you wasted it.
Exactly. So I went back home and I told, and she was like, so you are serious? You really wanted to quit? I'm like, yeah, I'm really serious. But there's a point she understood, because I really used to get, and she used to be very worried, because she's at Mombasa, I'm all alone at Nairobi. So she's like, okay, what do you want to do now? So I told her, actually, my friend Doris told me this and this. So I want to try and do a business of my own. She's like, how are you going to survive in Nairobi with that small business? I'm like, if she can survive, I'm sure I can pull through.
So how did you start off? What exactly were you selling initially? What were you dealing with?
I was dealing with just viazi karais initially. So in October, November, that's when I started.
And so before setting up the restaurant, how did you source off the capital? Because you've quit your job now. Here you are, stranded in Nairobi alone. So how did you get the capital, and how much capital did you start with?
My mom. So I had to go back to my mom.
Again?
Yeah, again. I'm like, okay. So actually she's like, okay, you want to start a business. So she's like, okay, if you want to do a business, that kind of business that you told me, how much do you need? I'm like, how much can you give me? Yeah. So she gave me 50K.
Oh, so you started with 50K?
I started with 50K. So I came back to Nairobi. I sat down with my best friend again. Then we had a list. We wrote everything that I needed, the stock, the potatoes, because viazi karai are made from potatoes. Yeah, the potatoes, the starting, the frying pan, these utensils, all the crockery, exactly, all the crockery. We went with her, we did the shopping, then we came back. And then the rent and the deposit, so the 50K actually was pretty much okay.
Bootstrapping. Bootstrapping in business simply is operating on a shoestring budget or no budget at all. This is necessary more so in the early stages of a business, where one needs to build a brand while at the same time start making money for the business. This concept best applies in a service business because there are no costs incurred in the purchase of an inventory. Tips to bootstrap your business. 1. Ensure that you keep your overheads down, and the best example will be rent. You can have a home office to save on cost, and in the instance you need to transact with a client, you can use a shared office space which saves on costs. 2. Work with highly networked brands at subsidized rates or free to aid on referrals to your business as well as build your portfolio base. 3. Outsource essential services instead of employing. This not only saves time but also incurs less costs. And finally, manage your cash flow frugally. Receive quick and pay slowly. How was it the first dinner you opened up?
So.
And why actually did you decide to choose to work here in Umoja?
Actually, I reside in Umoja in the first place, and then I've never seen anyone doing the viazi karai. All I see is the bajias that they normally they normally sell, yeah. But something to do with coarse dishes, I've never seen it anywhere here. So that's why I decided, why should I go to town, all the way to town, and I can have an affordable place here that I can also make food at an affordable price. So that's when I decided to start here.
I've seen you have a very tiny space that's in here. So your clients come here or you take food to them?
Most of our clients, we take food to them because they are business women and men as well. So for them, it's very hard to leave their shops unmanned. So they will come, give us their orders, and then we will take the food to them. Others will just give me a call or give the lady a call, and she will take the meals to them.
Interesting. Yeah. And I've seen around Umoja, there's so many competitors around. So how did you manage to get this? And how do you manage that? Because you told me of an incident with one of your competitors.
Yes, I had an incident with one of my competitors. She was like, oh yeah, what are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? I was like, what are you talking about? So she was okay when I was doing the Swahili Bites alone. But when she heard that I was introducing local meals, she was pretty, like, I think scared, because she said I was stealing her customers from her. But that wasn't the case actually. But so sometimes when we're taking meals to other people, she will scream at my lady and she's like, I told you to stay away from my customers. Why are you still coming on this side?
Because most of our clients are coming to you.
Yeah, but we can't tell our customers, no, we can't sell to you because you belong to the other person. And you can't decide where the customer wants to eat his or her meal. They're the ones who make their own decision. But then I decided to just go and talk to her. And we
have a diplomatic agreement.
We had a diplomatic agreement, and right now we're in good terms. So, yeah.
How do you go about pricing? How do you price your meals as compared to other competitors?
Actually, most of the things I just price mostly. It's not that different from my competitors. It's pretty much the same. Yeah, and in costing, what I normally use is the price that I'm buying my stock. So I will do my gross profit. I normally have a costing template that I go about it like if I want to introduce a new meal, I have to put each and every ingredient with the cost per unit. That's when
so very structured.
Exactly.
Interesting. And
Big Square gave me a very, very good, exactly, a very good experience.
And out of curiosity, so in a good month, how much can you actually make within the business?
In a good month?
Yeah.
In a good month, I can say I can make 25,000, sometimes 30,000. Yeah.
And there's so much room for growth here.
Yeah, there's so much room for growth. But in business, what you need is perseverance.
Yeah, because I've seen that, yeah. Because you came from, one thing that has interested me is that you're a graduate, you worked in the corporate world, and then decided now to come and start small, which is quite interesting. Yeah. And just finally, what aspiration now do you hold for Tamu Tamu Swahili dishes? What exactly?
I want it to grow bigger and bigger. I want it to have more, like Big Square has so many branches. That's where I'm aspiring to be in the next 2 years, actually. Yeah.
So after the break, I'll be linking up tomorrow to Mr. Rajiv, the owner of Mayura Restaurant, one of the top restaurants here in town. So keep it right here on The Business Coach, where we help entrepreneurs better their businesses.